Hello guys, I just wanted to start just a few seconds before. Just want to make sure that it is streaming, and that it is using the same. Okay, it should appear on my mobile. It's not appearing on my mobile, so there we go. Okay, so it is. There we go. So just wanted to make sure that streaming was on before we dive into the third episode of the full series. I just wanted to let you know a few things about what is to come on the next episodes. Episode 4 will once again be for round 2. The main issue is that since round 3 was hit by the no unique issue right here on Altered, so like you can actually check it right here, about 17 hours ago, and it was almost a day and a half that we were unable to use uniques. It hit the start of the round. You can even see that it was solved 3 hours ago, so it was about 14 hours from the moment they reported until it was fixed. I have confirmed, like you can see that I have been able to use, so this is me. I have been able to use uniques, but there is still the issue that there were many games that actually were hit by this. Let me go ahead and go back to right here. I agreed to, so I was one of the players that agreed with my opponent to have a draw, mainly because we are not using the same deck. I allowed for people that still wanted to play the third round to use a nuke deck in case they had it, but to try to keep the same hero. So I was kind of doing an exception for them, mainly so that they can play. My opponent agreed with me to just let it go, so that's basically what we did. We just did not do anything on that round. We draw, and luckily now that we're moving to round 4, the issue has been fixed. But that's why I won't be streaming round 3 or step 3, how it's called in BGA, mainly because of that. Because we will have lots of nuke decks, so I'd rather just have focus on round 2. Perhaps start with a few that have already finished for round 4. Not sure if there will be for round 4, but let's say that there are. So just a few ones for round 4, and focus on round 2. So round 3 is kind of a lost round. That's mainly because of BGA. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start the round. So it's 90 players, so we lost 4. Let's go ahead and get the sequence, and this will be, of course, the sequence used for next round as well. And I don't know why random is having issues. So like you see, I drew with my opponent, so we both decided to go for a draw. I saw that there was another draw somewhere. There we go, here, table 18. Some players have been able to move forward, but this round should be finishing. Let me go ahead and check this one to see. So it started 1 day ago, so they should still have time to complete it. It hit the 24 hours hit right between round 3, so that's why I gave people the option to play a nuke or to draw with no penalty because of the deck change. That was basically it. So 1 day ago, so they should be able to still get their rounds in case the issue has been fixed. I don't know if I already reported. No. Let me go ahead and put, I put it in chat, but also okay, there we go. So let me go ahead and random just did it. So let's go ahead and go with 55. That'll be Chile. So Chile is again a featured player right now. Not sure if he chose correctly this time. Let's go ahead and see. This is going to be featured by Chile. So let's go ahead and choose him. And in this one, let's go ahead and choose his opponent first. There we go. So Wyvern, it is flying robots from Sierra. It's US against a US player. So we have the Swiftgen, Scout 3. Yeah, played from anywhere. You may put a card from your reserve in the mana zone as a ready mana orb. So basically, this is you can use it just to ramp, or it is a 7 cost, so it's actually very late game, but a 7/4/7. You can use him and ramp. That's why it costs 7. You can also just put him in reserve for 3, put something else as a ramp, and then use him as 6 on I'm guessing on a turn further on. Another Swiftgen, Scout 3, you may play from anywhere. You may put a card from your reserve in your mana zones already orb, so you can use this twice. In case you were wondering, so you can ramp with this deck a lot. Then from reserve, if your hand is empty, you may send to reserve target character with hand cost 3 or less, and a third Swiftgen that has basically the same stats, are just moved tiny bit around. This one has the reserve ability that you may augment target card in play or in reserve, and you may put a card from your reserve in your mana zone as a ready order. So basically the same thing. In this case, I think the strategy from Wyvern is actually to fall behind because he has a Mesa Kit, the Mesa Kit, as well as the Brassback Hive. So I'm guessing he wants to stay a little bit behind, probably playing a little bit of control. Does have the Brassback dropship, so that means that he can drop the Brassbacks at any point. Does he have something to sacrifice? He does have the rare boom, so he can sacrifice the Brassback whenever he wants. So let's go ahead. That is Wyvern. Let's go ahead and check Chile. Chile is using indeed a nuke deck, so not sure if it's part of his strategy, or he is indeed just trying to go for a full nuke, see how much he can get from the nuke. I am glad to see that he is now using Mojo. He always I listen to his podcast and he's always talking about he really likes Mojo from the set. So I'm glad that he's finally able to find it. He has 2 Hungers, the Blizzard, the Winter Nova, Moth to Spring. So very low on characters. He has 3, let's say 5, 8, 11, 14, 17. Okay, not that low on characters, especially because his spells do summon something else. The Off You Go would only be helpful one from reserve, but this gives the Off You Go an option to be used from the reserve, something that usually players don't do because of Mojo mainly. So let's go ahead and see how he did. Let's go to the end game. Let's see if it's automatic. No, it is not. Okay, so go to end game. Oh, sorry, I forgot to do this. There we go. So first play is a Quargan, just gets to boost, most likely going to win on that side. We just have a forgot his name, the Grems on the hero side, so it's a 1-for-1. Typical start. And gets rid of the Grems right away. We see that there's also the presence of the Vanishing Gate. So the Vanishing Gates in this case can get rid of something that Wyvern plays and get a Moth in. I don't think it'll be the case this time. Okay, he gets a Brassbuck, most likely going to use it on the hero side to try to block it. And with the Baba Yaga, he decides to go on the other side, okay? Allowing for Wyvern to move on the hero side. So once again, a 1-for-1. And the Baba Yaga is there. He goes first, So it's not that easy to get things done this time. It gets rid of the you go. So I'm guessing it's gonna be Baba Yaga on either side. Yeah, Baba Yaga from reserve first. It is 5, so it is indeed the Brusbug Hive. Probably going to go 1 for 1 on each side. Yeah, 1 on each side. So he just placed the Baba Yaga on one of the sides. Again, 1 for 1. But with the Vanishing Gate, he can get rid of the Brusbug this turn. Even though the Brusbug already got in what he wanted, since it's first play for Wyvern, he can use... he can play... Let him play his Brusbug and then get rid of it with the Vanishing Gate, and still have options to use the Baba Yaga on the other side, at least to block. So first he uses the Baba Yaga to block. The Mechanical Training is most likely going to get another one. Yeah, and he's still got mana to sacrifice, place a Brusbug, and get almost on the hero side. So that goes to 7, but that's not going to be enough because he's going to use he's going to get rid of Depot, going to get a Brusbug, and even draw. So I think the best thing to do was actually to get rid right away of the Brusbug, because this is a double advance from Wyvern. I think this was a turn to use that was indeed a good turn to use the Vanishing Gate and then answer with whatever was left. Going to get rid of the Blizzard. Yeah, he's most likely not going to play on both sides, or perhaps he will. So another Nursery. Just now he gets rid of the Brusbug. There we go. Place it on the now he always needs to play it on the hero side. He's forced to play it on the hero side. The Dropship. There we go, gets a Brusbug, and then he's going to get a Brusbug on each side. Gets rid of the powered one, but yeah, he gets rid of the landing, the Dropship, 1 on each side, and 1 once again on the hero side. So he's doing a double advance, even with an Ogun powered up really well. So with that, it is basically game. So in this case, Chile lost pretty early, mainly due to the composition. A very good deck from Wyvern, I gotta say. Very interesting way to use. He is permanent dependent, but using it in a very particular way. I like the way that he was using it. So that is kudos to him. Wyvern gets a win, not just with the Hive. The Hive is always a good thing to have with the Sierra, but he doesn't depend on it. So that was a very good game from Wyvern. Let's go ahead and move on to player 80 right now. So that is Sin Ninja. Let's go ahead and open it right here. So it's going to be, unfortunately, Sinja Ninja, that is even our featured player. It seems that he didn't have enough time to finish. Let's go ahead and have Lyral and see what his deck is. So let's go first. Lyral is a French player against a Japanese player. So we have the Tiny Jin. Also, I want to check something right here. They don't go all the way. Well, they go the way down. Okay, so I'm just going to see if this is enough. It should be enough. Yeah, it is more than enough. Okay. So let's go ahead and check the uniques. The Leshy. Play from hand. You may have me gain fleeting. If I do, I gain 1 boost per expedition in force. That's only played from hand. Or play from reserve. Give me. You may give target character fleeting. Sorry, you may give target fleeting character. 2 boosts. It can be himself. And also play from hand. If you control a fleeting character, you may immediately play a character with 3 or less. So you can play him, give him fleeting, give him gain 1 boost for each expedition in forest, and then since he is fleeting, play another character immediately for 3. So there's a combo right there. Then we'll also have the Phileas Fog. You may immediately pass. If you do, each character you control other than me gains 1 boost. So this is kind of the end game when you're almost ready for Halua, and Halua will come out with boosts. You may have target non-fleeting character gain 2 boosts and fleeting. Those are both arrows, so play from anywhere. And finally, the Beowulf. You may immediately play a character with base cost 2 or less for free. That's played from anywhere, and I gain 1 boost also from anywhere. So this is very late in-game plays, but they are very good plays to have indeed. So kind of waiting on the option to use it. Yeah, I kind of covered the, well, I'll go ahead and read out. And also has the support ability. The next card that you play this from your hand this turn activates its reserve abilities as if it had been played from reserve. So you can use him and have this Leshy activate all 3 abilities at once. So this is actually extremely good synergy with this card. Let's go ahead and move on to Seninja's deck. This is Foxfire 40 no biggie, so I'm guessing this has 40 cards. It is all around the place. It has no unique, so I'm guessing that's why he calls them no biggie. So let's go ahead and see what is his main strategy. So let's go to the end game. It's not going to be automatic. Indeed, it is 40 cards. And we have to go to the end game. There we go. So most likely going to be a yes. A spindle turn. I don't think Lyral does have anything else. No, it's just a single advance from Lyral. Lyral. Against Ninja. Let's call him Sinja against Lyral. Okay, the Hydrocina, not what you want to see that early. Gets rid of the Burden Bank. Most likely going to use the... Okay, so it's a rush with a boost. Ascent Expedition. Use it in the hero side. Okay, interesting. Wants to move on the hero side. With the pass, there's no Halua yet. So advance from each player. A 1-for-1, but Lyral does keep his advantage up. Still can't use the Hydrocina. Gets rid of 1 card to reserve. Yeah, I think the best option is to use the daughter first. Get the boost out. And then use a Kakova asleep on that side. You are going to lose, but you don't mind. And unfortunately, that's all that we could see. We didn't get to see if he would have been able to use the Hydrocina, so unfortunately that is it. They had 3 days to play, and because of the schedule, I'm guessing that was the main issue. That's why, guys, I'm telling you, when you enter a game, go ahead and talk with your opponent. What is his schedule, when he will be playing and such. Also, I want to open the third one to make sure that I let them know the message. Yes, I did. Okay, let your opponent know. Okay, so this is my schedule. Let's go ahead and try. Have a conversation. That's why you have the chat, so that these things don't happen, or try to reduce the possibilities of this happening. So this is from Agent. It's Agent, right? Yes. Agent Potato is our featured player. Let's go ahead and see Albonor. That was my last opponent, if I'm not mistaken. So Albonor is from Canada against Potato, that is from the US. So we have a North American duel right now. Let's go ahead and check Albonor. So Albonor, Opera Nuke. So he doesn't play... Oh, he does have the Hive, but his main strategy is around the Opera House, it seems. So looking for permanents to put it on reserve. If it's a spell, draw it. If it's a permanent, put it in reserve. So he does have lots of spells to draw and some permanents to put in reserve. Not that many characters, so he is basing his strategy mainly on having the Brass Buck or using control in order to try to stop his opponent. Interesting strategy from Albanor. Let's go ahead and check from Potato. So Potato, we have seen him before on stream. What we have from him right now is the Axiom Salvager from, well, not on this stream, but we have had him in stream before. So you may put a card from your hand in reserve. If you do resupply, this is played from anywhere. At dusk, you may put a card from your hand in reserve. If you do draw a card, this is of course trying to get as many cards as you can on reserve, so that you can as many characters as you can in reserve, in order to use the Haven Bravos, the Bravos Bastion as much as you can. The Ratatosker, you may put a card from your hand in reserve. If you do draw a card, this is from reserve, and also from reserve, draw a card. And finally, the Snowman. Play from anywhere unless I'm in water, I gain fleeting. Also play from anywhere, characters you control gain 1 boost. So this is kind of, what was his name? This is a charge included with the unique. So with that, let's go ahead and move on to the end game. Let's see if it's the automatic. It is not, so I'm gonna have to do it manually. So optimize decks all around. There we go. Now it goes automatic. Okay, typical pressure on both sides, considering this is Kojo, and Albanor is just going to sacrifice both sides. Oh no, sorry. He tried to stop it. He was still able to move forward because of the 0 that the Jin has. So it's a double advance from Potato and just a single advance from Albanor. In this case, goes ahead and plays the Engineer. Goes ahead with the Opera House, and he's going to ramp up. He's blocking the Engineer right now, so forcing the Engineer to do something. It is not either a spell nor a permanent, so Albanor just draws a card. It is a single advance from Potato, so Potato is 2 expeditions ahead right now. There we go. The Jin goes right there to the ramp. If there is Hive right now, the Hive is with potential of being used. Albanor will have to go all out on the hero side though. And the tournament ended because time was reached. This round hit the weekend, so it most likely was an issue that on weekends it is a little bit more difficult to play, but there's nothing I can do. So you kind of need to work around that because you know the schedule of the tournament. So now player 9, Shiryu was indeed a completed. So it's Shiryu against Taofraim. There we go. So this is a very promising match. So let's go ahead and watch Taofraim, a very good French player, and Shiryu is a Swiss player. So let's go ahead and check first Taofraim's uniques. So this is Atsadi Odi. Not sure why because of Odyssey, right? So we have the Veilmon. At dusk, if you have 10 or more mana orbs, put the top 2 cards from your deck in your mana zone as exhausted mana orbs, and he play from anywhere, he gains 1 boost. You may, if you have 10 or more. Okay, so this is a ramping on top of ramp. Then we have the Swipjin, Scout 3, put the top card from your deck in your mana zone, so not him. You can play from anywhere, and he will always be able to be used in case you want to. Play from reserve if you have 10 or more mana orbs. Target character in reserve gains 2 boosts. In reserve, so that means that it is exposed. It has counterplay to that. The second Swipjin, Scout 3, put the top card from your deck in your mana zone. So that's just plain simple another Swipjin with the option of the having a reserve ability that next character you play this turn loses fleeting, and this didn't have any reserve abilities. And I forgot to read the Veilmons one. The Veilmons one that is you may exhaust target card in reserve. There we go. So let's go ahead and check now Shiryu. So Shiryu is playing with a Teija, not a festival Teija. So that is interesting. Let's go ahead and have the color for Cuckoo. Play from anywhere. Unless I'm facing 2 or more characters, I gain a sleep. Rather than anchored, it gains a sleep. When a character joins the expedition facing me, you may have target character other than me gain 1 boost. So it's not him. He gives boost to someone else. A very, very technical colorful Cuckoo. When played from reserve, characters you control gain 1 boost. And then there is the reserve ability, target character with hand cost 3 or less gains anchor. Mighty Simbi, when one of your expeditions moves forward due to forest, if I have 2 or more boosts, draw a card and play from anywhere, resupply. Also the reserve ability, you may exhaust target card in reserve. And finally, the Spirit Wielder, play from anywhere, you may discard a card from your reserve. If you do, I gain 1 boost per boosted character you control. So you kind of need a lot of boosted characters for the Spirit Wielder to get boosts from reserve. It is a 1, so if you can get her from the reserve, I think she'll be exploding in boosts. And at Dusk, if I'm not fleeting, up to 1, she actually gives anchor to 1 character if she was not played from reserve, or in this case does not have fleeting, meaning she wasn't controlled by the fleeting of someone else. Let's see if it's automatic. It is not. So let's go ahead and wait for the setup to finish. Optimize decks, 39 cards for each player. Let's go to the end game. There we go. Oh, sorry. I meant it to be like this. So the color for Cuckoo, the traditional color for Cuckoo, and in this case, Tofraim just goes ahead and draws a card. Starts ramping, and that's all he wrote. And in the case of Silos, it's Shiryu is going to be the same. Just a single advance from Shiryu, so he places himself forward. Considering it is an anchored character, he can just start playing on the companion side, and it is a good turn to play on the companion side because he will have a boosted character right now. Once again with a ramp, draws another card and ramps once again, but now he has 2 mana, but it's going to be most likely a double advance from Shiryu. It is a double advance from Shiryu this turn. So Tofraim is just pushing as much mana as he can. He's already on 6. Next turn most likely will be on 7. Now we have an interesting turn. He does have the Saw, so he can boost more characters in case he needs, and he gets another one on reserve. Goes ahead and plays the Caregiver. Oh, out with the Swift Jin with another ramp. Goes up to 8. The Wielder is going to gets rid of a card in order to gain Anchored. Sorry, okay. So didn't he? You may discard, or maybe I got 1 boost. What? He controlled 2 boosted characters. He did get rid of the card, but he didn't get the boost for some reason. So I think this is a bug because he should have gotten the you control. He controlled 2 boosted characters. He should have been a 3. But okay. Nonetheless, let's go ahead. I would have also played him on the other side. There we go. So we have a very early hunger from Tofraim in order to try to save. And if he does have rage, and I saw that he has rage, this could be a double advance for him. With a 9, there we go. So plays the Caregiver on the other side. Places the Jin just to try to draw. Gets 1 boost in thanks to the soul. And with that, he's able at least to move forward. So again, it's a 1-for-1. Shiryu, 2 expeditions from match point. Tofraim, about 3 expeditions behind. 1, 2, 3, exactly 3 expeditions from behind. Shiryu doesn't place any mana right now, so he's trying to play with what he has. Once again, goes all out with the colorful Kuko. He knows he needs to get as many boosts as he can, so the Saskia is actually there to help. The Veilmon is enough to block right now, but he didn't have enough mana for the soul. Just another boost right there, goes to 8, a double advance from Taufraim, using most of his cards. He is catching up with a little bit of the terrain, most likely going to get rid of the soul, I'm guessing. No, gets rid of the caregiver. He already has a 6 on the companion side. But Taufraim does have enough mana actually to play Hunger and something else. Kaori's intervention, so this may be a good turn for the just gives boosted, and once again gives the boosted for each in force. Yeah. Gives one more boost once again. And it is going on the hero side. No more plays from Anne, and use the Raging Leviathan. Okay, so Raging Leviathan with the boosted is not enough, but he will give every character fleeting, including his own, because it's the common one. It's a double advance from Shiryu. This still has a 10 with the... it didn't make much difference for Shiryu. His character was already from reserve, except the colorful Kuko, but it was played on the it was played on reserve. Sorry, it had anchored, so no issues right there. Another Kaori's intervention, so not sure what will happen right now. There we go. We have the Minotaur using it all out. Once again, joining fates. Could it be another Raging Leviathan for 10? Still got lots of mana in order to try to move forward today. Uses Rage to give 2 boosts to one of the Raging Leviathans, so goes up to 12. He can go to 18 and block. Well, gets 1 boost, 19. And there's nothing else. I think he miscalculated because he got 1 more boost because of the colorful Kuko, and it is enough for him in order to advance. So we didn't see a second hunger today. Taufraim came very close. He actually was also on match point, but he couldn't just match what was placed on the companion side, especially due to that Minotaur. So with that, we have a finished game. Let's go ahead and move on to our next one. Our next one is going to be match number 9. Sorry, that's what we just had. Let's go to 54. So 54 is Taufraim. So we just saw that one. Let's go ahead and move on to 77. That was a very interesting coincidence. 77 is El Tofi. So El Tofi against Ray Sambo. I think El Tofi is a French player, and Ray Sambo, I think, was an Italian player, if I'm not mistaken. So let's first go ahead and check El Tofi, and then... Sorry, El Tofi is our featured player, and Ray Sambo is our second player. Yes, it was indeed a French against an Italian. Let's go ahead and check Ray Sambo. It's a Fen ship, so we have seen this deck, a Fen Festival before. The Anansi, I gain 1 boost for each card in each player's reserve. That is from hand, and from reserve up to 1 target character gains a sleep. The Yangsu from reserve, if you have 3 or more base statistic 0 characters amongst you control, roll a die. I gain X boost, where X is the result. When played from hand, Sabotage, and the reserve ability that he can anchor someone. The Tanuki, Sabotage from anywhere. At dusk, roll die. On a 4+, you may return a card other than me from the reserve to your hand. So kind of a role-dependent Incaster. And that's basically it. He has the festival. He has the counting sheep, which has been a combo that has been created right on set 4. So let's go ahead and check out El Tofi. Toffee is playing with a Kojo, with a Garrick, Revered Duelist. If I would gain Fleeting, I gain 1 boost instead. When play from reserve, you may discard a card from your reserve. If you do, each character you control other than me gains 1 boost. So kind of charge, included charge. The 3 little pigs. When played from hand, if you control 1 or more landmarks, draw a card. Just 1, so not that hard to pull off. When a character you control gains 1 or more boost, up to 1 target character gains Fleeting. So kind of a control, he gains a boost if he's played from reserve. This is not a Bazira, so I think it will work a little bit better with the Bazira, but okay, let's see how it goes. And Asmodeus, when played from anywhere, you may put a card from your hand and reserve. If you do roll a die on a 4+, I gain 3 boosts, otherwise I gain 1. So not too bad considering from hand it is a 4. A cost 4 for 6. Almost an ensure 666, and you get a card down so you can take advantage of the Brabus Bastion. So let's go ahead and see if it's not going to be automatic once again. There we go. Oh, sorry. There we go. Okay, so a typical opening, just going, he already lost the hero side, so goes ahead and tries to ramp on the hero side using that Tiny Jin. That will be attempted to ramp this turn, so either he draws a card or gets ramped even if it's sabotaged. I think this will be a turn of the Haven first. Or just try to ramp. Let's go ahead and see. So it is an Opera turn, so he answered with his Haven turn. Gets a spell in, so draws the spell, just goes ahead and tries to win on the companion side. Is able to block, especially because he has the token right now. So he didn't go to ramp and didn't go to wait for ramp or for draws either. He just went ahead and blocked, so El Toffee is ahead 1 expedition. There we go. So we have the. This is Buddha's the turn from Buddha. Once again, draws a card, puts it on the other side, almost ensuring a win over there. But there is the Pathfinder who will try to go all out on that side. He sleeps his own character. Interesting. So he wants to keep that up because next turn is also a turn of water. So double advance from El Toffee. Ray Sambo has just advanced once, so he is 3 expeditions behind. Let's see how he does. We have Hunger from El Toffee on hand, not going to be able to play this turn. And draws the Subduende once again, another card being drawn, Counting Sheep. So kind of revealing his strategy right now. There is removal from El Toffee's hand, and he will use it with no problem. So we know what was coming. The sheep, I think he should have saved the sheep. Still got enough mana to do the removal. There we go. So what I think is going to get rid of the Lyra Festival. Yeah. So does the double advance once again. Goes to match point. I think it was, oh, he needed to save it for last. Yeah, I think this was try to push forward, trying to do the festival. It needs to be set up right on the right time, but I think this was not it. So goes ahead, and this is basically game. Going to get rid of the sabotage. No, gets rid of the cocoon. Another draw right now. Another Counting Sheep. So once again trying to get it over with. The sleep right there. Lots of sleep. Needs still the anchored and the fleeting. Cost 1 less. place a signet in order to give a character fleeting, 2 characters fleeting. So I think this is it, because Altofi doesn't have removal this time. It's just going to give anchor to 1 character, and Ray Sambo in 2 consecutive turns was able to try and do the festival, and he actually wins with just 1 expedition movement right on the last second where he actually needed. He was able to get the win because of the festival. So yeah, guys, you need to try and always have some removal on hand. Sacrifice advance for removal, especially if there's if you see a Ben or a Lyra or a Muna, they are likely to be festivals. So be careful with that always. Let's go ahead and move on to table player 28. So that would be me. Me against Kimmy Dog. So let's go ahead and watch the replay from my side against Kimmy Dog on the other side. So first, let's go ahead and check Kimmy Dog's deck. Kimmy Dog is a Singaporean player. Let's go ahead and see. His deck is called Dog. So Haven Trainee, 1 play Firm Reserve. If you control 2 or more landmarks, up to 2 target characters each gain 2 boosts. He doesn't have landmarks, so there's no way to use this, the first ability. You may sacrifice a character if you do draw 2 cards, so kind of gift of self. Then we have a Pan with Sabotage. If you discard a card this way, create a Woolly Bug 1/1/1 in the companion expedition of its owner. When I go to reserve from the expedition zone, if your companion expedition is behind, create an Aerolith token in your landmark. And target player landmarks, but you'll always and if it's 1/1, you will create it in yours. And you can use a reserve ability. Target the next character you play this turn costs 1 less, I think. I cannot actually quite read it. There's Snoozer Shroom. When another non-token character joins your expedition, if you control 3 or more characters, create an Ordis recruit 1/1/1 soldier in the chocolate expedition, and always draws a card. So kind of a token spitter. And target character you control with hand cost 4 less gains a sleep. So that is for your use in case you need something to stay. You lost, but you want it next turn. This is a pseudo anchor. Now let's go ahead and check my deck. So this is, I named it foil, so even if I change the deck, I am still using the same one for the whole tournament. The demolition. Actually, I'm going to explain it a little bit different. I'm going to show you first this unique that when played from hand, you may sacrifice another robot or permanent. If you do, up to 2 target characters in play or in reserve each gain 1 boost. Has a reserve ability that you can at noon he can gain 1 boost, or you can exhaust him to give him 2 boosts up to a max of 3. And the combo with the Demolition Expert actually goes along with the Bessie Coleman. So if you control 2 or more permanents, not landmarks, but permanent. So that means if you have any other sort of permanent, it also works. That's why I had the bag out bag. Create an Aerolith token in your landmarks and also play from anywhere. You may sacrifice a permanent if you do create an Aerolith token in your landmark. So you understand why it goes with Bessie. That Bessie, each time a permanent is sacrificed, if the rare one, if she has less than 2 boosts, she gains 1 boost. And I also have the unique one that when you sacrifice a permanent, target character in play or in reserve, so I can choose whether I send it, gains 1 boost. So let's go ahead and go to the end game. Not automatic this time either. Non-optimized deck from Kimmy Dog. He has 42 cards. I was kind of expecting that based on the size of his preview. There we go. So just the Map Bank Hoarder trying to move there. He blocked me with a unique he couldn't sabotage, but I decided, okay, that's it. At least he's only moving forward on one side. So that was one advance from Kimmy Dog. Goes back to Kimmy Dog. I'm almost sure this turn. No, it was not what I thought. Okay. So goes to the other side. I'm most likely going to sacrifice a permanent. No, he gets rid of my card, but gives me a... So I'm just going to move forward on this side. I'm going to give boost to both so that I can get a 4/6/6 and get a card down. So it is a 1/1 once again. But the Kimmy Dog is already one expedition ahead. There we go. So I would have gotten rid of the permanent. Looking at it this turn, I would have gotten rid of the permanent. But I think actually what I was trying to do was set up something. So there we go. Gets rid of my Farfetch. Okay, so that works for me. I just go all on one side. It's again a 1/1. Since he got rid of the Farfetch, it was actually a good option for me just to go for that side. If he had gotten rid of the unique, I think it would have been better for him. But he decides to get rid of the Farfetch. Just going to get rid of Signet most likely. Yeah, there we go. Signet gone. Just one boost this turn. So I needed to try to block him there. So that's why I use a permanent. Sorry, I use the armor, and I actually had to just go ahead and go on the other side because I knew that there was no way I was winning on the companion side. The hero side, sorry, I won on the companion side. So both cards go away. It's still a one expedition behind. Have options right now, but a little bit costly. So the second boom goes to mana. And here is where I actually did a misplay. I actually needed to play this on the hero side so that he didn't get the token with a liaison, but I actually messed up right there. Gets rid of the boom. So I just went all out on the companion side. And he's going to get a liaison and with a token. So he's still in a position to win. Gets the Ordis Trooper up to 6, still not blocking, and another Ordis Trooper. So if I would have played on the other side, I think I would have had a better chance of winning. Because he would have had one less. So that's where I messed up. That's why he is on... And I even remember saying in my head, why did I play on that side? I should have played on the other side. Okay. So right now, as you can see, I have 0 game left. I can probably just get a double sabotage if I could have wanted, but I was almost sure that since he went first, he was going to use something else. He did not go for what I was expecting, so I just decided to sabotage. Went all out on the companion, and I have really nothing left to try to block him. And with that, my fate was sealed. I had nothing left. I could just try to block right here. Get rid of a card, get one more token in. And just with the anchor, try to move something else so that I can at least get an advance. And that was basically it. That was the mistake I did was last turn when I played on the companion side, knowing that he had a liaison. I simply forgot that he could use it. I was a little bit rushed, so that's the thing usually that comes back to bite you. And yep, that was basically it. So that was game. Let's go ahead and move on to number 18. So 18 is Tayoneb 1. So Tayoneb 1 is going to be our featured player. So let's go ahead and watch it from Tayoneb 1 side. And then let's go ahead and check Dusty J's deck. So Dusty J, a US player against Ioneb1, that it is a French player. Let's go ahead and check Dusty J. Foil series, so he did the same thing that I suggested. Name a deck. The deck that you're going to use, name it as the tournament so that you know that this is the deck that you need to use so that you don't involuntarily take a deck that is not the right one. So we have here the Migratory Crane. When a character joins your expedition facing me, you may have me switch expeditions and play from anywhere gains 1 boost. So it's a 3/4/4/4/3, not bad. Ascended Trooper. If I'm in an Ascended Expedition, I gain 1 boost. Otherwise, my expedition ascends. This is play from anywhere. Also play from anywhere if I'm in an Ascended Expedition, up to 2 target characters in play or in reserve each gain 1 boost. So you can ascend and give boosts. If it's already ascended, you can give 3 boosts out. Play from reserve. The next card you play this turn costs 1 less. This is a very good unique. And Night. I am Eternal. When play from hand, if I have one or more of expeditions ascended, create an Ordis recruit in my expedition. So she's a 6/4/5/6/6 5/6/5. And then she's a 4/5/4, but Eternal, so she never goes away. And look, there's the ugly duckling on her hand. Grand Endeavor as well, Origanium. So yeah, she almost likely... So she doesn't get to ascend with the permanents, but she does have lots of options to ascend expedition. So let's go ahead and check right now Tionep. So Tionep once again with Sol Kalua, Sol Sans Cuckoo. So I'm guessing he doesn't play with the colorful Cuckoo. No, he doesn't. I'm guessing that's why he called his deck this way. Let's go ahead. So this is Alternate Teammate, the Unix Alternate Teammate. And you may play from anywhere. You may rush. If you do, I gain 2 boosts rather than 1. When you pass first, if I'm the only character in my expedition, sabotage after rest. So a very good unique indeed. Phileas Fog, you may immediately pass. If you do, put the top card from your deck in your mana zone. So ramping, especially so that you want hunger. So if you are playing this kind of decks with rush from the top deck, with top decking mana orbs, you actually want not to have just 1 card from kind of your winning condition, because if you consider your winning condition and you get it as a mana, then that's it. That's basically it. Phileas Fog, you may immediately pass. If you do, target character in play or in reserve gains 2 boosts. Okay, and this one has a reserve ability. You may exhaust target character in reserve, target card in reserve, and the next character you play this turn loses fleeting. Okay, so let's go to the end game. It is going to be automatic this time. There we go. Oh, I thought for a second that it was not going to do the change. Okay, so Dusty J has an Ascendant Expedition right away. It's a 1. They both advance on the hero side, so it's not a 1/1, but rather a 1/0. It is kind of 1/1, but not on opposite sides. Gets rid of 1 of the hunger, so he doesn't. It seems that he's not trying to play the hunger, because if you have a deck of ramp and you get rid of the hunger, that means, oh, is this what gives Ascendant? Yeah, but right away. Okay, so he is trying to give boosts out. So it's just a 1/1. The Ordis Crier, of course, in the reserve will start getting boosts. And ramping from Tionep. Probably an Ashes turn an Ashes play this turn. Gets rid of the Arcolano Milk. So let's see, I think it's going to be an Ashes this turn. Or he may try to block on the companion side. No, it's Ascended, so it doesn't make any sense to try to block it. The Migratory Crane that gets the boost in. And he uses it on the other side. He is indeed able to move forward and get an early token. So in this case, Tayunep didn't pass first, is not moving forward in his counters, but does have an early token right now, and also gets a draw. So kind of in similar positions with options to be played from Dusty J and Tayunep. Gets rid of the other Serengar. So is this a turn of Ashes? No, goes right ahead and use the Mighty Jin that is going to be blocked completely. The Duel of Grit to get rid of the unique. There we go. So he is able to move forward once again. The Crier on the other side, just for good measure, gets another card in. Goes ahead and 2. I would have perhaps not used the early token, but rather save it for when I actually needed it, and just go ahead and play. Tayunep, remember, got rid of the hunger, so he's not trying to use hunger right now. Probably gets rid of one of his uniques. Interesting. So completely blocked on the hero side. That means that it's on the companion. He doesn't need, in this case, any abilities. It is abilities at the end of the turn. Going to put it on the other side. Phileas Fogg is not able to pass first. So I think he didn't realize that he used Heimdall in order to do that. Because I don't see why he would just play it where he knows he's going to lose. He could have set the Parliament of Ashes. There we go. So he gets a Parliament of Ashes right now. And probably Raging Leviathan. No. Okay, yeah. So he's going to get a Raging Leviathan with as many boosts as he can. And going to give Fleeting to everything that remains. There we go. So it's a 6/6/6. He's winning on both sides right now. Let's see. And this Dusty J doesn't have a play against that. So it is just a double advance from Tayunep B. And that's how he did it. There we go. A very good play in the end. I don't know why he decided to play the Phileas Fogg. I think he didn't notice that the Heimdall had actually moved the council to the other side, because he could have just played the Parliament of Ashes on a previous turn and even draw a card, because it has draw a card. But nonetheless, that was the game, guys. Let's go ahead and move on to our last game of the night of the stream. So that is number 45, and I forgot to have the chat right here. There we go. So the last one is going to be 45. That is ATP Aselio against AK-47. So this is Belgian against a Italian player. I'm almost sure. So let's go ahead and check Aselio. AK-47 as our guest player right now. So let's go ahead. Oh, a French player. Okay, so it wasn't an Italian, but it was a Belgian. I know AK-47 is a Belgian player. So we have a Sierra right here. Machine in the Ice. Sacrifice another robot to permanent. If you can, send me to reserve. That is from hand. Cost 1/3/3/3. Very good. And since you can sacrifice permanents, you can sacrifice the Abandoned Depot. Well, you could even sacrifice the Armored Jammer. I haven't seen anyone use Puff's challenge, so let's see how it goes. Play from reserve. You may discard a card from your reserve. If you do, you may activate the arrow abilities of a permanent you control. Consider this a Sierra. It can be used to just send it to reserve and then activate the Hive. Also, we have a Copelia. When I go to reserve from the expedition zone, you may play me for free and I gain a sleep. Play from anywhere, create a Brassbug robot in target expedition. So if you play her, she comes down, she put a token down. It's an extremely good unique because you play her, she places a Brassbug this turn, goes to reserve, comes back up because she asleep, and even gets another Brassbug again. Extremely good Copelia. Athena. When played from reserve, you control 2 or more landmarks. I'll use Fleeting. And when played from anywhere, if you control 2 or more landmarks, creates a brass bug in target expedition. So lots of brass bugs from AK-47. Let's go ahead and see what Celio is playing. So there could be a hunger potential, but Celio doesn't play hunger. He goes for different style. Let's go ahead and check his uniques. Priya, Bravo Signaler. When an expedition moves forward, create 2 airlift token in your landmarks. That's why she's only a 4/3/4. When a character you control gains fleeting, target character gains 1. When a character you control gains fleeting, target character gains 1 boost. So she needs to be played first, so that if you play something from reserve, she gives boosts around. Second, Priya Signaler. When my expedition moves forward, create 2 early tokens in my landmarks. That's why and the other one was 5/4/5. This is a 4/3/4. This is a 4/5/4. So a little bit more in 4 and mountain. Play from reserve. If you have left cards in hand, then target opponent. Target character gains 1 boost. There we go. Play from reserve. You may exhaust target card from reserve. You up to 1 character gains fleeting. So very different situation for the Priya. And a third one that is a 4/3/3. When my expedition moves forward, create 2 early tokens in your landmarks. When played from hand, if you may have target character other than me gain 1 boost. And play from anywhere, you may exhaust target card in reserve. There we go. So let's go ahead and check it out all the way to the end. Let's see if it's automatic. It is automatic. There we go. And remember, guys, this will be the last match of today. On Wednesday, we will be streaming again 3 matches. We will be streaming again round 2 because of what I said of round 3 being mainly a unique one. Okay, so the Coppelia goes right away. There's nothing to sabotage. He just wants to block it. So 1/1 from Celio, losing sabotage, but being able to move forward is also very good. The Coppelia goes down. Since she is being played, she can play the brass bug and place it on the other side. So already being set up, a very good unique. Gets rid of the Leviathan Spotter. This is a good turn for the restocking station. Goes ahead and plays the 3. She is asleep, so she doesn't give the. She is asleep for the whole turn, but he is being able to do the double advance. So AK-47 does a double advance and even has the character asleep. Goes ahead and plays the Isumbushi as his last turn attempt to try to move forward. So Celio is down 1 expedition, but AK-47 moves forward on both. Now the Coppelia wakes up. 1 more turn of the Coppelia. There's 5 with a mechanic on reserve, so most likely going to be a hive turn. There we go. So a hive turn with it probably going to move on both sides. Yeah, that's a typical hive move. Go on both sides. Goes ahead and plays with a 3 and a token, so that means that he's moving forward in the companion. AK-47 has no more moves and is going to get rid of the hive, even though it is another move forward from AK-47. He is going to get rid of the hive, which is the most logical thing to do. So 1/1, AK-47 still 1 expedition ahead, but loses the hive. There we go, but is now down mana. Let's see if he can recover. Okay, so he needs to play mana. 6 from AK-47. Luckily, this is a Buddha turn. 2 very good cards in reserve. Place on each side. Okay, so he's trying to block the companion. Just 1 mana left from Celio. Celio most likely going to move forward. Gets rid of what is going to get rid of. Gets rid of all on the hero side. So moving forward on the hero side, no more plays from Celio, no more plays from AK-47. AK-47 moves on ahead, 2 expeditions ahead this time, only 1 card on hand. Celio kind of in a good position options wise. but still on the ropes on the movement side. Gets one more card out thanks to the depot, and is obviously going to use the brass buck there. Ascends the expedition. No, this is a regular Tengu, so the Tengu just gains a boost, draws another card, has 3, plays hooked to get the Tengu on the other side, but still with 4 he can play the signaler, almost ensure no, and he has the other hook. So the hooked once again going to go to the other side, so that means AK-47 is going to be able to do that move once again, a 1-for-1. AK-47 is on match point, but there are 2 cards right now on airlit tokens, so going to get rid of the 2 airlit tokens to get 2 more cards in reserve. But Aselio is down in mana, so I don't think he'll be able to use all that he wants. I would have actually gotten rid of the spotter right there. Kojo helping out, so the first signaler going up with a boost. Bag out bag on the other side, blocking, gets rid of the bag out of the brass buck, still 6 to play. Avalanche just going to get rid of the Buddha. No more plays from Aselio. He just needs to pass, and AK-47 doesn't have any play either. So Aselio trying to bring it back, desperately trying to bring it back. 2 more cards in reserve once again because of the uniques. A restocking station and a Serengar, both are very good cards, low cost that will help him move along. Gets rid of the other Serengar. Let's see what happens right now. So first move, Moonlight Jellyfish on the companion. You know there's something going to happen right there. Reinforces the hive. There we go. So going to probably go one side each. 3 gets rid of the jellyfish, puts 5 on the hero side. No, he goes both on the hero side. The Tengu just trying to block. I don't think he will have enough. It's a 9. It will be a 9. So just missing 1 boost. He needed 1 more boost in order to win. Oh, but we're going, sorry, it's a double advance. So we are going actually to arena. So this is actually a very good game. A very tight game as the last game, so they go both to arena, gets rid of the case, and gets 2 more cards in reserve. Not too bad, not because he can actually boost them both. Restocking station doesn't do anything for him right now, but he does have another haven in order to try, and he has the Buddha, so kind of still AK-47 still 1 expedition ahead. Lots of options right now. Goes for another hive, so practically this is going to be an 888. Doesn't need to go on each side. Okay, let's see if he can do it. So the jumper goes up 2 boosts. And because he has rush, he's able to play the bunny on the other side. Gets the Kaori, going to get rid of something, gets rid of the jumper. With 3, I don't think that it is enough for him to get it. It is going to be close with 2 mana left. He plays it, goes to 11-11, and for 2 boosts in water, AK-47 wins. So it was an extremely tight game. Let's see if he would have played something else. Would he have been able to? So let's say he doesn't play this. So it's a 7-7-6. He needs to at least win 2 with a 3-2-2. No, I don't think he would have gotten it. Okay, well, so that's it, guys, for this time. Thank you very much, everyone who came into the stream. I see that there's at least one of you over there. And with that, like I mentioned, the next stream is going to be on Wednesday. It's going to be again of round 2. So we will be continuing with the list that we have right here. Hopefully the rankings won't be changed that much. And with that, guys, I hope to see you next time.